Hey guys, welcome to LoL class. Today I'm going to be talking about 6 quick tips to help you gain elo. These are quick tips that will allow you to instantly boost your win rate in the next game you're about to enter. Note that these tips are something that will only slightly boost your win rate, and if you're looking to improve your skill, I suggest you watch my guide on how I hit platinum, where I explain concepts to improve your macro, something that can improve your ability to climb and win much more consistently. You can click on the top right corner for more information. Before I begin talking about my 6 points, the following gameplay you are going to be watching is from a Gold 2 game, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Okay, let's start by talking about 2 tips you could use while you're in Champion Select and loading into game. The first tip I want to give you guys is to pick an easy champion that's in the meta and spam it. Honestly, this works. If your macro is good enough, playing any mechanically easy champion that is very strong in the current meta can allow you to climb a lot. I know this because I experienced it myself, and I also started doing this because I started watching Panzer Dragon's videos, and I noticed how he would always play mechanically easy champions that were strong in the meta, so I started doing that too, and I instantly saw a boost in my win rate. Obviously, if you're a one-trick or a main and you're still climbing on those champions, great. You don't have to change your main champions. But if you're starting to struggle a bit, maybe you're getting like a 50% win rate, then maybe you should try to play something that's easy and in the meta. What I usually do is I usually go to op.gg and click on the champions in the top left corner. From there, I look at 10 champions or the top 10 champions on the corresponding lists that you want to play. For example, I play jungle and top. I'll click on jungle and then look at the top 10 champions that are strong and pick out champions that are easy to play. So from this clip, you can see that I can see Mundo, Garen, and Jax. They're pretty strong top laners right now, and they're also very easy to play. And for jungle, I see Graves, Xin Zhao, and Nocturne. And boom, that's my champion pool. It's that simple. Next, let's talk about a tip that you could use while you're in game or about to start a game. Head on to LoLCollege.net, links in the description below. Select the server you play on, like NA, EUS, OCE, whatever you play on, and type in your username. The great feature of this website is that it doesn't just show you the stats of your team and the enemy team, like their win rate, but they also show a lot more in-depth things that you might want to know, like their win rate on a specific champion they're playing, how good they're at with that champion. For example, like, are they, even though they're Mastery 7, are they like really good at that champion, or they're pretty dog shit even though they got Mastery 7. It also tells you their Mastery point and Mastery level, their rank, and the most important thing, in my opinion, is your statistical win rate of that game. LoLCollege.net helps you calculate the statistical win rate of both teams, given your rank, your skill level, as well as potentially matchups and stuff like that, which gives you an idea of who should win. I usually do this because I like to see who's on tilt and who underperforms on specific champions, and basically who I'm able to tilt, because I can just camp their lane as a jungler. Obviously, it's not the only thing you should look at when you're playing jungle. You should always prioritize your win condition and play around your win condition. For example, could be your bot lane, could be your mid lane, could be your top lane. It could even be just winning your jungle, dominating your jungle by invading a lot, you know, all that kind of stuff. And obviously, it's not a jungle specific tool as well. You could also use it as a laner to see how good they're at on that champion. For example, if they're not that good, you can tell your team, tell your jungler to come gank your lane, or maybe their mid lane is really shit and you play top lane, you can roam, shove and roam, and then, you know, all that kind of stuff to tilt that specific player. That's something I would recommend personally. And as a jungle man, I know this really tilts people, and it's super fun when you see them typing in all chat, "Can you just stop fucking ganking my lane?" It's the most funny thing ever. Okay, enough of the pregame stuff. Let's talk about more common mistakes and lower elos that you can quickly fix in the game you're about to enter or you're already in. Don't fight unfavorable fights. A lot of people have probably said this before, from, you know, other YouTubers or higher elo friends that you might play with, But honestly, this is such a stupid thing I see in Bronze and Silver Elo. So recently I was playing with two friends, a Bronze 2 friend as well as a friend that just started playing League of Legends. I think she was around level 10, and due to this reason we were playing with lower Elo players, and that's why we were matched with lower Elo players, a low Silver player as well as a high Bronze player. So the high Bronze player that we don't know was playing top Garen. I still remember this, and I was playing Kha'Zix jungle. I was topside, and I noticed that our high Bronze player was getting ganked by two players. Their mid laner and their jungler. Their jungler was Kayn, and their mid laner was Zoe, I believe. And she was 2-0-1 at that point. I decided not to go top, even though I was clearing my camp. My top camp on the top side, even though I could have been there to help him, I didn't. And there's a reason for that. There's literally no reason for me to be there. Even if I did go there and tried to help him, he probably would have died or gotten away without me. This is because we can't win the fight. Number 1, it's a 2v3. Number 2, their mid laner was fed, and this was the early game. It's an unfavorable fight, so why would I go top to help him? I'm wasting my own time, as well as my top laner's time as well, because sometimes, especially because he's in Bronze, he'll be like, okay, I got my friend here, we're going to 2v3 this. And it's just not going to work out. That's one example of not fighting something that you know you can't win. Another example of this would be to just get out of fights when you know that it's not going to end well. For example, a 5v5 fight breaks off, 2 of your players got picked off already, and it's a 3v5, and you look at the health and the mana of every single player that's still alive in the fight, and you're thinking to yourself, there's no fucking way we can win this. Get out of there. There's no point for you to stay and continue fighting the 3v5. You're probably going to lose. Obviously, this depends, but as I said, if you look at the health and you guys are low on health and they're still kind of healthy, there's no point. Why are you still trying to fight that, you know? Also, you should also analyze your team composition. Maybe you lost that fight because you're not a team fighting comp, and if your composition is a team fighting comp, then good luck, dude. Yay, on to the next point. This point honestly pisses me off though, and I feel like every single player should know this. And it's a mistake I see in Gold and even in my Platinum games as well. And that's to learn how to play safe and get carried. This is something that my Diamond friend back in the day when I was still in Silver 3 or something taught me. And it made a huge difference in some of the games where I feed and I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck am I supposed to do? What a lot of players don't understand is that sometimes you don't carry. Alright? If you're 0-2 in lane already, it's better for you to literally do nothing in an attempt to not feed further, than to walk up and occasionally get some safe CS and die because you get caught out. This does mean to give up CS sometimes and only farming it when it's absolutely safe to do so. For example, you know, they're out of a lane, they're roaming, or they backed or whatever. And hopefully your team can carry you into the late game and win the fight instead. As many people know, Renekton is a decent early game champion that wins a lot of melee matchups, but when faced with some stupid opponents like Quinn, you're kinda fucked. In many situations like these, I need to know how to play safe, farm under tower, and just stay leveled and just don't die pretty much. Yes, it may seem lame, but it's the only way you can really win the game. Now, this rule doesn't always apply, and when it doesn't apply, you ask, if your whole team is feeding, including your jungler, and you have literally no winning lanes, that is when you actually have to try do stuff to get things going. But if you still have one lane, or your jungler is doing well, just let them carry you. This next tip might sound a little stupid, but trust me, a lot of people do this. Being an absolute KDA whore and caring all about your KDA. Kills don't win you games, nor does a good KDA. Going 30-0-20 doesn't make you a better player. What helps you win games is getting the Nexus, and to do that, your team has to focus on getting objectives, whether it's a tower, a dragon, or baron that will assist you with taking those objectives. People have to focus more on taking objectives. In lower elos especially, I see that a lot of people focus too much on chasing kills rather than making a beneficial play, like taking an objective that will help you in the long run. And even in higher elos, players fall for the KDA trap and they care too much about their good KDA and not making the proper plays for the sake of winning a game. For instance, you could have ulted here and played a bit more aggressive and maybe you would have won the fight. But instead, you're like, okay, I'm kind of hesitant about this because I don't want to lose my KDA. It's stupid. But trust me, there are people that do that kind of stuff. And it's really annoying. The last tip sounds even more stupid than the last one, but it's to thank your team. Encouragement sometimes help you win games. I know it's a very hard thing for people to do, especially if they have really high egos, like most League of Legends players. But just try to say good job or well played when someone does something good. I'm not telling you to be extremely positive and say stuff like, hey guys, good job, keep it up, I think we should rotate dragon smiley face. Keep it simple, but it helps and keeps the team in a positive mood. Anyways, that completes today's video on 6 quick tips that you can apply in your next game. Hope this helps you out, and good luck in solo queue.